I'm Dr. Seema Matre, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Kite Group of Institutions, Ghaziabad. My dear students, welcome to the JavaScript. Today, we are going to cover the following topics. They are about the regular expression, the properties of regular expression. We will do the form validation through a very normal manner, and then we will perform the form validation with the help of regular expression. So let us start. What are regular expression? It is a sequence of characters that forms a search pattern. The search pattern that can be used for text search as well as text replace operation. So the syntax is we will provide the pattern along with the modifier. For example, the pattern we have provided in this slash web technology. And after that, I have provided this I. This I is basically a modifier, or you can say it is a regular expression. It stands for that your search, whatever you want to search, it is case insensitive. Doesn't matter in which case we have written uppercase or lowercase, it will not sense it. It will become case insensitive if we provide I over there. So in this example, this web technology slash between this two forward slash and I, it is a regular expression where this web technology is a pattern which we are going to use in the search, and I is a modifier. It modifies the search to be case insensitive. Now, using the string method, regular expressions are often used with the string methods such as search, match, replace. In case of search, and we provide the pattern over there, it uses an expression to search for a match and returns the position of the particular match when it is found. Replace, we provide pattern 1 and pattern 2. It returns a modified string, means replaced string, where pattern is get replaced. It got changed. Match, and here we have again provided the pattern. So in this case, it searches for a matching pattern. It returns an array holding result if found, and if not found, it will return null. In this example, we have taken a variable str. Here we have given the string visit my school, and in this we have given the pattern, search pattern, str dot search. Search method we are using. Search is this string method, and here we have provided this expression, this pattern which we want to search. So here I have given this pattern my school and I. It means it will search for this string my school in the given statement. In str, it will search this my school. This is the pattern which is to be searched, and it will be case insensitive. It will not, doesn't matter in which case it is written. And if it found, it will return what its index position, from where it is, from which position it got found. So in this case, when it found my school, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it means it my school, this pattern we found in from, or you can say at the index position 6. So in the result in n will be 6. Now in this example, we have given str variable and written visit Microsoft. Now we want to replace whatever given in the str we have provided visit Microsoft. So from this str We want to replace this pattern Microsoft. Okay, and along with it we have given I. It means case insensitive. Doesn't matter whatever is the case, upper or lower case. So what it is doing? It is asking to first find out this string Microsoft from this str, and then after this comma, this is another pattern which is going to, which will replace the original one. This is this original value which we want to find out, and it will get replaced by the another string. It will replaced by my school. So in the res variable will be visit my school, because in place of Microsoft we have provided my school. Now regular expression modifiers. So modifiers can be used to perform case insensitive or more global searches. So I for case insensitive matching. G, it performs a global match, means it find all the matches rather than stopping after the first search. M, perform multi-line search matching. Now the regular expression pattern. So these are the different modifiers. Now the pattern. In which pattern we can find, we can use the regular expressions. So bracket. So bracket are used to find a range of characters. Here the expression ABC. It means whatever we have given in this bracket, any character, it means find any characters between this bracket. Only this must be satisfied. Whatever you have provided in this bracket, these characters must be available. Only then your criteria will be fulfilled. The next one is 0 to 9. So find any of the digit between the bracket. Whatever we have given in this bracket, the value between this given range. This one is alternative, this symbol. What is the symbol? The symbol is denoting the alternative, means finding any, either x, either y. Find any of the alternatives separated with this symbol. So meta character, or you can say the small token, means meta characters or token means any character which have a special meaning. Slash d, if ever we use in a search, slash d will find a digit. Small s, it denotes a white space character. Slash b, it find a match at the beginning or at the end of a word. The caret symbol, this symbol, it match at the start of the input string. The symbol, it match at the end of the input string. It is for beginning and it is for end. This is symbol, it asks to match 0 or at least one time, and match the string n times. Slash d, now in this time it is capital D. It means match anything except for digit, while slash d for finding a digit, small d, but the capital D match anything except for digit. Now the another one is slash small w. It match any alphanumeric character or the underscore, and this slash capital W, it means it will match anything except alphanumeric character or underscore. So they are just opposite. Capital S, it match anything except for white space character. In this bracket, it creates a set of characters, one of which must match if the operation is to be successful. If you need a range of characters, if you want in a range, then in that case, separate the first and the last with a hyphen here in this case. For example, 0, then hyphen 9, D hyphen G. So it means we are giving a range over here. In this case, it creates a set of characters which does not match. It is for not. If any character in the set matches, then the operation has failed. Okay, so this is just opposite to its previous one. This fails if any lowercase letters from D to Q is matched. If we take this example D to Q, it means it will not work. It will fail if the value is comes is found in a small letter from D to Q. It will not work. It will get failed. It for not. This symbol is for here not. Then quantifiers, which defines quantities, how much we can take, and plus. It means it matches any string that contains at least one n, at least one. And asterisk, it means it matches any string that contains 0 or more occurrence of n. It must be 0 or more. And along with question mark, it matches any string that contains 0 or 1 occurrence of n. It requires 0 or 1. In multiplication, it requires 0 or more. In plus, it matches any string that contains at least 1n. So these are the quantifiers that define the quantities. Now using the regular expression object. The regexp object. Regexp object. It is a regular expression object with predefined properties and methods, because they are the object, so definitely they have some properties and method. Using text or using execute. The text method, it is a regular expression method. It searches a string for a pattern and it returns, if it finds in the beginning, it returns true or false depending on the result. If it got the first time, if it matches the result, it will return the value, or it will return the false if it doesn't found. If only one is found, it will stop searching. In case of execute, again it is similar to test. It is also it is a method which is search a string for a pattern, but if one found, it will not stop. If the search pattern is found at the first time or anywhere, it will not stop. It will move for the further one. So it depends. Either you can use the test, and if you are satisfied, if first time you found and you want to stop, then test. And if you want to find the search pattern till the end, one is found, or you want to proceed, you can take the execute. Okay. The following example searches a string for the character E. Now below, in this example, we have given a pattern, and in the pattern we have given between this slash E, that is the character E which you want to search. Now with the help of test, pet dot test, and it will test this given string. The best thing in life are free, and in this statement it will find the E, and as soon as it get the E, it will not search further. It will give the result true or in the form of true or false. Or you can directly give like this. No need to give provide any variable like this. You can directly use the pattern e dot test and the message or the string from where you want to find this e. We have to test this e pattern. Since there is an e in the string, obviously the best e is here, here, and two times here. So since there is an e in the string, the output of code will be true because test, it returns the output in the form of true or false. Next, the last index property of regular expression. It is again a read write property of regular expression object. For a regular expression with G attribute set, G for global, it contains an integer that specifies the character position immediately following the last match found by the regular expression dot exec and regular expression dot test methods. These methods use this property as starting point for the next search they conduct. Okay, last index. We will understand with the help of this example. Now, in the str, we have given a string JavaScript is an interesting scripting language. This is your string. Now, we have made the object re, new regular expression. We have made in an object and we have passed this pattern script, and along with we have provided this identifier G. G for global means it will continue searching till it get finished. The string get finished. Global. It will not stop for the first. So we have to find out the script in a global manner. Re. This is the object, and as it is an object, we can use the method test, and in the test we have passed this str. As the test, it provides the result in the form of true or false. So the str when passed to this test, it will test what this pattern script. What will happen when it will test this str for the script, this pattern? It will search this pattern in this str. So we can count for the first script because it is from the starting. It will start from the 0th index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And after this 9 means from 10 onward, from 10 index means till 10 index, there is the scope of script. Means your script search pattern, it finally finished at the index 10. Means the new search will begin from the 10th onwards. Okay, so first index, it finished at the 10. So document dot write test 1 current index. So the current index can be found with the help of re dot last index. So last index when we finished the script for the first time. For the first time. So when your script is getting finished at the index 10. So it will return index 10. Means the further search, the next search will begin from the 10th onward. Because till 10 we have finished your first search pattern, that is the script. Okay, this is for the first time. Now again we passed read.test str. Now for the second time we are considering the test 2, and here the current index we will find out. with the help of this statement re dot last index. Now, in this case, for the next time, your search will begin after the 10 because the first script string was finished over here. So after 10 position, we will continue to find the last index for the same string, that is script. Okay, so we have to find out another script. For another search, it will continue from this last index of the previous where it finished. So it finished at the 10. From here we will start 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, then 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 34 script, and at the 35 it has, from the 35 onwards it will have another string. So the last string where your search pattern got finished, it will return its last index. So this way, this last index property of regular expression works. Next, we move to the form validation. It is a very important part to validate the form submitted by the user, because during the entry of the value, there may be some exception, there may be some wrong value can be entered, inappropriate value may be entered. So it is very compulsory, it is very important to validate the form content when we are finally submitting it. And it's very good if we can do the validation beforehand, means before finally submitting it to the server, because if we submit to the server and there it found, then it will again return back to the client. The client again has to make the changes and then again send it to the server. It takes a lot of time. So in JavaScript, it is a very good property provided by the JavaScript that before providing the form element, the content to the server, we can check beforehand. That is called form validation. The form validation normally used to occur at the server. Basically, this was for the server. After the client had entered all the necessary data and then press the submit button. Finally, we have submitted the form. Suppose the data entered by the client was incorrect or something missing, the server would have to send all the data back to the client and then request that form be resubmitted with correct information. So this really a very lengthy, time consuming, tiring task. It's a very lengthy process which used to put a lot of burden on the server. For such type of work, JavaScript allow us to validate the form on the client side in order to make the data processing faster in comparison to server side validation. So validation, it can be applied for name, password field, email, date, your mobile numbers, and many more fields. We can do the validation. The functions of form validation. There are two types of function for the form validation. They are basic validation. In the basic validation, form is checked to make sure all the mandatory fields are filled in. It assures that the fields are compulsory, that should not be left blank. They are to be filled anyhow. So if we do this type of work, that no field should be left blank, okay, they are mandatory to fill. So that is called basic validation. Then data format validation. In this case, data entered must be checked for correct form and the correct value. Okay. In the first way, In the first form, we are just making sure that all the mandatory fields are filled in. What value we have given, it doesn't matter, but it should be filled, something there should be present. So that's why it is called basic validation. And in the format, the data is checked for the correct formation as well as the correct value. Now the form validation, and we will start with the process of basic validation. Okay, so we have, first of all, we'll write a program to print such type of content. Here, we will take the help of a table. Okay, we have made a table. This is the first row, TD. With the help of TD, we have made this, and this TD we will do the data. First row is finished, then second row. In first TD, we have provided email, and for the next TD, we have left blank till now. Then row is finished, then third row, and it's TD for table data. We provide this zip code, and for another TD, it is left blank. This row is also finished. Another row, country, and we have used here select button with several options, and here this data is left blank. In another one, we have put the submit button. So it depends when it will be checked. So it will be checked as soon as we click the submit button. We will submit the form. It will check the fields that they should not be left blank, because here we are doing just basic validation. In the basic validation, we make assure, we ensure that the field must not be left blank. Whatever the value you have given doesn't matter. We are not going for that. So if ever if we leave any field blank, it will provide you an exception. It will give a message. Okay, what message we have given? It will be decided in the program. So here we have given, please provide your name. If ever we leave it blank, any field, it will give you the message related to that particular field, particular element. So here it is for name, it is for mail, it is for zip code, it is for any choosing your country. So if ever you leave it blank or doesn't choose anything, it definitely give you the associated message. So let's have the program. So it will consist of two parts. One is for this form creation, and second for the checking its validation. Now, in this program, it is simple. It is a simple your HTML form. It is just to create the form. It is nothing but this form validation code will come here in the script tag. Okay. Rest, it is a body form. We have created a form, and on submit, as soon as we will click the submit button, it will return to validate method, validate function. Okay. In the validate, we have written all the basic validation code. Rest, this is the code for just creating this window. Okay, so it is simple HTML. It is simple HTML code to create this table, this form. Next, calling validate. It will call this method validate. This is the JavaScript code where we are putting the basic validation. Okay, just ensuring not to be left blank. So every element we have provided a name. For example, this text button for the zip code, we have created a text button and text box, sorry, and we have provided it a name zip. For the country, for this select button, we have provided the name country, and so on. So for different input boxes or other buttons, we have provided their specific name, and on the basis of the name, we can retrieve their value, we can get or change their value, we can find out what is there. So to access it, what we will do, document.myform. We have created a form, this form, which name is my form. So here document dot myform dot name dot value. Which name? Which box has the name? Name, this text button. Okay, this input box is there. This input button, input box, text box is there, and this text box has the name. Okay, so here we have to provide your name. Okay, so document.myform.name.value. So it is going to search for this text box whose identity is, or whose name is name, and it is finding its value, what content you have given. And if it found it blank, it will give you the alert message, please provide your name. And it will not allow you to move further. It will give the focus back to that particular text box whose identity or whose name is here name. To document.myform.name.focus. Your cursor will move there. It will not move ahead. Return false. Okay. It will not success. It will not move further. It will return false. It if it happens. Next, same for the email. In the form, we have made a email box, email button, or email text box here. This one input type equal to text, name equal to email. So it is accessing its value and checking. If it is blank, it will give alert, please provide your email, and then put the focus again over there and return false. Means it will not allow to move further. Same with zip value. This one, another input type text box is there and its name is zip. So it is founding its value, that checking it if it is a blank, or if suppose it is not blank, it is checking is not a number, document.myform.zip.value. Suppose you haven't leave it blank, but you haven't provided a numerical value. So it is checking is not a number. This one, myform1.zip1.value, or myform.zip.value.length not equal to 5. If any of the situation is true, means if it is blank, in that case also, suppose it is not blank, you have provided something, it is checking for that whatever the thing you have provided, is it a number value? If it is okay, then it's okay. If it is not okay, then it will give you that alert exception. Alert box will be there and it will provide the message, please provide a zip in the format like this. Or if its length is not equal to 5, again, if any of the situation, because this symbol is for or, if either of the condition matches, the alert box will be there with a message, please provide a zip in the format like this, and the focus will move there. It will not proceed and it will return false. And then it's check for this select button. Select which name is country. -1 indicates that you haven't selected anything, because the option start from the index 0. The first option, it start with the index 0. -1 indicates you haven't selected anything. So this way we can check if document.myform.country.value equal to -1, means you haven't selected anything yet. It will give an alert, please provide your country, and return false. And if all is okay, there is no issue, only in that case it will return true, means your finally form will be submitted. So this is the complete JavaScript code which will be combined with this form. Okay, next to understand the process of format validation. Earlier, it was just for the very basic things. Okay, the basic validation means it should not be blank, or if it is in the number, so it should be in number. All these things, just very simple format. Now, in the next, it will look for the format validation. In this case, it is going to validate an entered email address. So, what are the properties of email? That it must contain at least at the rate symbol and a dot. Also, at the rate symbol, it must not be the first character of the email address. And it must also not be the last. And the last, because in the email, there can be more than one dot. So it is saying that the last dot must at least be one character after the at symbol. Okay, there are certain situations for the at the rate symbol and the dot symbol. Program will be here. So in this case, email validation, the main program is here, that this is just a form, and on submit it will call the validate email, and so email validate will be called, in this case, document.myform.email.value. So there is a text box which name is email. It means we are providing something over this text box. Okay, so when we are providing over there, what it will do, it will collect the email dot value in the variable x, and from there it is going to check the position of at the rate. Okay, because there can be more than one dot symbol, but there will be only one at the rate symbol, which will be which we can found at the at means at least one, only one at the rate symbol we need, but at the dot can be more than one, so we can move to the last index, because after the last dot symbol we have to give at least one character, or at least two characters after this last dot, because your domain name, it can include at least two or more than two characters. Let's see. So at this variable at position, we are storing the index of the at the rate symbol. In the variable dot position, it will retrieve the last index of this dot. And after that, we will check the condition that if at the rate position is less than 1 means it is at the beginning of any of your email. It is just at the beginning. Less than 1 means it is beforehand. Or dot position is less than at position plus 2, as it is required that dot position, it must be just after means it must be followed, or after that dot there must be at least two or three characters. If it is less than that, it will not be allowed. Or your dot position plus 2 is greater than equal to x dot length, means your email has got finished, its length is finished, means your dot position plus 2, it has become greater than length, means there is nothing more characters after the dot symbol. So in that case, the alert will be there, and it will give you the message, please enter a valid email address. And in the next line, it will provide that at the rate position plus the dot position, so that you can come to know what is the position of the at the rate and what is the position of the dot, so that you can correct it later on. Okay, So this is the complete code, and this rest one is just for the this text buttons or the button when we will click it. So it in this case there will be validated as soon as we submit the form. Next one, it is the simple way to check to validate for numerical values. So here my form that it will the name is my form, and on submit, when we will submit all the content, all the elements, and we will submit the form by clicking the submit button, it will call this validate function. What is the validate function doing? My document dot my form dot num dot value means but which have the name num. There is a text box. Okay, the label is number. It means we have to provide some numerical value over there, and the name of the text box is num. And then a small piece of code numlock, num location, like this. It has a small piece of code, and its id is numlock. Okay, its id is numlock. Basically a small piece of code will be there. We can later on change it. Initially its id is numlock, and then another we have created a submit button. Over the button we have written submit. So as soon as we will submit button is clicked, so on submit this validate method is called, and it will collect the value from the element whose name is num. So this is the text box where we are providing the numerical values, and whatever is found there it will be assigned to this variable num. Now it is checking with the help of this method, is nan is not a number. Num means it is finding out true or false. Is it not a number? If it is so, if it is not in the numeric form, then document dot get element by id. This span a small chunk of code. For that we use a span. So its id is numlock. It is moving there, get element by id whose id is numlock, and it is retrieving its inner html, and there it will get replaced with this value, with this statement, enter numeric values only. So this small chunk, this small piece of code here whose id is numlock, here this message will get printed, enter numeric values only. Return false means you can't do anything further till you correct it. Means until and unless you provide the numerical value, it will not proceed, it will not work, it will not proceed. Okay, it will not finish it. Else if it is a numerical value, then it will return true. So this way we can check, we can validate for numeric values. Now the validation for the form using the regular expression. Though by the look, if we just see on this regular expression, it looks somewhat complex, but it makes our code very, very simple. Validation check. If we want to check for all letters, only alphabet are required, nothing other than that. For that, we will give the expression like this. That will be if the entered character is not in lowercase or uppercase, it will return false. In this case, means you're starting. This symbol denotes the starting, and this symbol denotes the end of the string. So your starting will be from either from it will from smaller a to z or in the capital A to Z. Nothing other than that. Okay. So if whatever you have entered, if it is not in the lowercase or in the uppercase, it will return false. So when we will write the code, we will write like this. We will make a variable, any variable name, and we will provide the regular expression over there. Starting will be like this, and this is the stop, nothing beyond that. Now we will check. We will check for the particular field where we are entering the value. So if input text dot value dot match. Now whatever we have provided in the text box, input box, if its value must be matched with this variable, whatever we have kept inside this variable, it must be matched with it. If it is okay, it is matching, means it is in the form of lowercase a to z or uppercase a to z, then in this case it will return true, else it will not proceed. Next one is checking for all numbers. For that we will give the expression like this. Starting, it will start within this range 0 to 9. Okay, not beyond that, not other than that. It is a stop. So if the value entered is numeric, it will return true. And this way we can use it in the code variable. This is your variable name. Here we have given the expression like this. Between this slash, start with 0 to 9, and this is the stop. And we will check if input text dot value dot match with this regular this numeric expression, it will return true, else it will not proceed, else another thing it will do. Now then, checking for all numbers and letters means whatever you are entering, it must be alphanumeric. So starting 0 to 9, a to small a to z, capital A to z, not other than that, means no other special character are allowed. If entered thing include numbers and alphabetic characters or not, means other than that it will not accept. So again, take a variable, provide the expression like this, starting, and this is the stop of the expression, and between this we have given the expression 0 to 9, a to z small letter, and a to z capital letter. Then we will match it. If input text dot value dot match with this variable, then it will return true, else it will not proceed. So this is the validation. We can check the very important validations with the help of this regular expression. Now for the password. In case of password, very strictness we have to provide. So password support is special character. This we know very well. Okay. So it can support the special character also. And we have given the condition that minimum length will be 6 and maximum length will be 20. So we can give it like this: variable name. This is the pattern which is provided between this slash. This is for the starting. This is for the symbol for the and between these we have given the condition that must be match. What we have given? Your password can be capital A to Z. It will followed by small a to Z. It will followed by 0 to 9. This symbol, exclamatory, at the rate, hash, dollar, percentage, all any symbol can be provided over here. Then underscore is also allowed. And after that, we have determined over there that minimum characters of the password is 6. Minimum requirement is 6 and maximum it can go to 20 characters. So this is for password. Same case for the phone. Phone is numbers only 10 digit. For that, check phone equal to this between this slash. This is the start. This is the stop. And here we have given 0 to 9. Means only 10 digits are there. Means digits are allowed there. The digits are from 0 to 9. Nothing other than that. And maximum and numbers, total number of digits must be 10. not more than that, 10, and not below 10. So this way we can check for the phone. Now, email validation with the help of this regular expression. Here, at the rate, it is at the beginning. Okay, there is no character before this at the rate, so it is not allowed. In this, everything is okay. There is at the rate symbol, there is dot symbol is followed by the three characters, but you have used this character. This is invalid in the email. Again, in this, everything is was okay, but you have provided this underscore. And remember this, that in the domain name, underscore is not allowed. They all are wrong email address. The valid email address should contain the combination of letter, number, periods, plus sign, or underscores can be there, but not in the domain name. The at the rate symbol can be there, combination of simple letters, numbers, and periods also. The top level domain, just like com, net, org, us, gov, this should be allowed in the domain name. Email validation. So a general expression to check the valid email address is. So this between this forward slash we can give, this is the starting, this is the end position. So what it is checking for? The expression checks the letters, the numbers, and other simple at a proper sequence. There is a sequence to be followed for the email. We can't put email according to our wish. The sequence is first alphabets, all the alphabets, then numbers, underscore, plus sign, at the rate. Okay. Then after at the rate symbol, because at the rate must not be at the beginning. So before at the rate, we can give, first of all, it will start with the alphabet, followed by number, then underscore, then plus sign. All this thing can be before this at the rate. After this at the rate, we will provide it alphabets, numbers, periods, then domain name. After that period, we will give the domain name. If the entered email address is not in a proper sequence, then the message will pop up which says wrong email address. For example, for the email validation, what we are doing, we are passing the input text where we have given our email along with the alert message. What this function is going to do, we have provided a variable where we have given this expression. Means your email will be valid only and only if it will match with this expression which we have given over here. Okay. So if input text dot value, the text box where we are putting our email, its value will get match with this variable where we have provided this expression. If it get match, only then it will return true, else it will return, it will print document.write alert message. Okay, alert message, it will print over here. And the focus will come back to the input text and it will return false. So this way we can check, we can validate our email with the help of regular expression. Here what we are saying, that at the last, after the dot symbol, this is the last dot. Okay, between, in the beginning also, here we have given after some uh, alphabets, after some characters, we have put the dot. at the rate symbol. After that, we have again then at the rate, when again it is followed by this alphabets or numbers. There can be again dot, again another dot. Finally, the last dot must contain, it must followed by this A to Z in a small letter or capital letter, and after that the numbers from 0 to 9. And it has given minimum requirement that after the dot, this A to Z, either small, either capital, or your numbers, it must minimum two, two characters must be after this dot, and maximum four can be there. So this is the sequence of the email validation. Okay, so when everything will be okay, it will match your input text value with this expression. If it is matching is okay, then only it will return true, else it will print the message, this alert message. Okay, and focus will come back to this text box. Automatic HTML form validation. If we desire that without writing our code, our form must check itself. That is called automatic HTML form validation. It can be performed automatically by the browser. For that, we are using required attribute. If a form field, suppose F name, it is empty, the required attribute prevent this form from being submitted. For example, in the form, the action is, till now we haven't taken any file. Method is post. Input type, we will focus on this statement. Input type equal to text, its name is F name, and here we have used this attribute required. Another text box, and its name is L name. It is also, here we have provided this required attribute. Input type, we have created a submit button, and on the top of that button we have written submit. Okay, and we have written a paragraph over there. If you click submit without filling out the text field, your browser will display an error message, because we are not calling any method. We are not put any event handler over here. We are not calling any function, because it is automatic form validation. Because with the help of this attribute required, it will not allow to proceed. Your browser will automatically generate a message. Okay, so when we execute the program, there are two boxes. Suppose I left it blank and click the submit button. Automatically, your browser will take care of it, and it will display the message of warning, please fill out this field. It is just because of this required attribute. Okay, so if we click the submit button without filling the text field, our browser will do this for us without creating our own function. So that's all for today. So finally, we covered the following topics. They are the regular expression, various properties of regular expression, the form validation in a very normal manner, and the form validation with the help of regular expression. So thank you. Take care.